Hello, welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about all of the different races and characters you can be in Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. There's quite a few you can choose from, and so we're going to go through each of them and read their definitions so you can make an educated choice when you're replaying or going through for the first time your playthrough of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
You there, step forward. Who are you?
Who are you? We're going to scroll to the top here and start with the Argonian. This reptilian race, well suited for the treacherous swamps of their black marsh homeland, has developed a natural resistance to diseases and the ability to breathe underwater. They can call upon her skin to regenerate health very quickly. Kind of ugly in my opinion. You run into a various number of Argonians throughout the game, usually evil. But where it's a game that you cannot change your character often, it's just a one time at the beginning of the game, it's my choice to probably not be an Argonian. At the same time, the ability, the natural resistance to diseases is pretty good, as you will contract diseases throughout the game. Also, the ability to breathe underwater might be understated. There's quite a few places in this game that have water, and you will find yourself at times underwater. So the ability to stay underwater for longer might be worthwhile. Plus, you don't have to stare at your character all the time, right? You can play from a first-person point of view. Even the third person, you're mostly just staring at your person's back, so it's not that bad. For option number 2, we have a Breton. In addition to their quick and perceptive grasp of spellcraft, even the humblest of High Rock's Bretons can boast a resistance to magic. Bretons call upon the dragonskin power to absorb spells. So pretty similar. Looks like a human race. Yeah, there you have it. That's a Breton. Next up, we have the Dark Elf, also known as Dunmer. In the homeland of Morrowind, Dark Elves are noted for their stealth and magic skills. They are naturally resistant to fire and can call upon their ancestors' wrath to surround themselves in fire. Now that's probably an underrated ability in Skyrim, where a lot of things die to fire and heat. You'll be using a lot of fire, plus dragons breathe fire, so having resistance to fire can be pretty beneficial. Personally, they look pretty darn evil and dark and gross to me, but maybe that's what you like. So that is a Dark Elf. For option number 4, we have the High Elf, also known as Altmer. In the homeland of Somerset Isle, the High Elves are the most strongly gifted in the arcane arts of all the races. They can call upon their highborn power to regenerate magicka quickly. That ability is also very beneficial in Skyrim, as the ability to regenerate magicka quickly, because the worst thing is when you run out of magicka and you're fighting somebody. So, and also in Skyrim, there's a lot of times where you'll kill somebody or you'll have a little fire duel, you run a little bit and somebody attacks you. There's a lot of random events like that, and so it's important that your magic is all the way filled back up. Next up, we have the Imperial, natives of Croydil, pronouncing that wrong. They have proved to be shrewd diplomats and traders. They are skilled with combat and magic. Everywhere gold coins might be found, Imperials always seem to find a few more. They can call upon the voice of the Emperor to calm an enemy. So this is an interesting one. There are lots of Imperials throughout Skyrim as you play, because of course there's a civil war between the Imperials and the Stormcloaks, who are mostly Nords. So, if you know about that storyline and you're going to side with the Imperials, you might want to be an Imperial, and vice versa for the Nords. We'll get to them later. But the ability to find more coins, there's a lot of times looting after you kill things, or as you're in a dungeon, you'll be looting chests and little vases or canisters and stuff. And so if while you're doing that you end up finding more gold than the average player or the other races, that can be beneficial, because gold can be kind of hard early on to acquire. Next up on our list is the race known as the Khajiit. Hailing from the province of Elsewhere, they are intelligent, quick, and agile. They make excellent thieves due to their natural stealthiness. All Khajiit can see in the dark at will and have unarmed claw attacks. That can be beneficial if you don't have a weapon. Sometimes that actually occurs because of a mechanic in the game known as weight. So you can only carry so many things at once. Sometimes you'll sell all your weapons and armor just for that extra coin, and you end up, being ambushed, and you don't have a weapon. So this can be very beneficial, or that ability to have claws. Khajiit are kind of like a cat type species. They have tails. They're traders. You'll find them often throughout the game, next to strongholds or cities, rather, as they're trying to sell their rare goods, and you can also sell your goods to them. So it's pretty beneficial to run into them. But I don't know. The abilities in Skyrim, especially like stealthiness or what's that called? Sneak. It's rather easy to level up. There are some methods that make it easy. So I don't know if that's a very important ability. Their ability to be stealthy. So yeah, but that's the Khajiit. Now we're on to one of my favorite or more preferred races in the game, and that is the Nord. Citizens of Skyrim. They are a tall and fair-haired people, strong and hardy. Nords are famous for their resistance to cold and their talent as warriors. They can use a battle cry to make opponents flee. Nords, I believe, is probably one of the most common races played throughout the game. That's mainly because Nord is the citizen of Skyrim. It's kind of fun to immerse yourself that way, in that sense. But even more than that, they make good warriors. So early on, especially when your magic level isn't as high as it will be, what can you do? There are lots of weapons lying around, and the ability to just pick up a weapon and go to war. Not that the other races can't do that, but their use of battle cry and resistance to cold can be very good. So yeah, that's a Nord. And in this game, this playthrough, I chose a Nord, a female Nord. So yeah, maybe you'll see her one day. And getting down to it, the third to last option or race available is the Orc, the people of Worthgarian and Dragontail Mountains. Orcish smiths are prized for their craftsmanship. Orc troops in heavy armor are among the finest in the Empire and are fearsome when using their Berserker Rage. So similar to the Nord, they have their perk or their ability comes in battle. Personally, I hate the teeth. I think they're hideous. Plus, come on, Orcer from Lord of the Rings, let's be honest. So, not a big fan. Here we have an important race known as the Red Guard, the most naturally talented warriors in Tamriel. The Red Guards of Hammerfell have a hardy constitution and a natural resistance to poison. They can call upon an adrenaline rush in combat. So you will find Red Guard throughout the game. I've never played as a Red Guard. I don't know why. I think it might be fun to do so, but haven't played as a Red Guard yet. And moving on to our last race, the Wood Elf. The clan folk of the western Valenwood Forest, also known as Bosmer, Wood Elves make good scouts and thieves, and there are no finer archers in all of Tamriel. They have natural resistance to both poisons and diseases. They can command animals to fight for them. So that's interesting. I also have never played as a Wood Elf, but that seems like a pretty good perk, their resistance to diseases, because you actually pick up quite a few diseases throughout the game. They are fairly easy to get rid of, but if you're just resistant to it, no worries. You don't have to go pray to a god to cleanse you of your diseases. Well, anyways, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it helps you select the race that you would like to play through. as you play Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. There's a lot of different options, and it's a very cool game in the sense that you can create your own character. A lot of open world games kind of have a story from a certain character that they've created. I mean, this is also the same, where they have a story written and scripted for you as a dragonborn as you go throughout Skyrim. But the fact that you can create your own and customize your own player is unique, and you might as well take advantage of that. So hope you like. Please subscribe and like this video, and search us out on Twitter at nerdyboy, maybe _13. I'll pop up the details on the screen, but follow us there. We're going to do various games, ranking different things, and we're going to take polls. So I'm very excited to incorporate Twitter in this channel as we move forward and get some feedback for future videos and more content and potential games amongst the community. So stay posted. A new video will be out soon. Thanks.